Hey guys, how we doing? Back on another video from Too Spooky, and we are checking out 101 Yu-Gi-Oh! Facts you probably didn't know. If I'm looking away every now and then, it's because, again, I may have mentioned this, dog sitting at the moment, got a cute little black lab here, and I say little, she's huge, she keeps popping up to see what I'm up to, which is quite cute. If I get a chance at the end of the video, you are, we'll get her to, shall we have a quick, hey, do you want to say hi? Hi. No. Anyway, let's get into this, shall we? 101 Yu-Gi-Oh! Facts you probably didn't know.
How's it going, everybody?
Too
Spooky here. And today, we're going to be counting down 101 facts about Yu-Gi-Oh! This video was suggested by quite a few of you guys over time.
Amazing.
But the main reason this video is happening today is because of Sora Shiun, who has been suggesting this video on pretty much every video for the last few months.
Wow.
So thank you so much for all of those suggestions, Sora, and I hope you enjoy this video today because this one is going
Some
out
people
to you.
can be quite...
But before we get started, I feel like I should also mention that this video will be
what's
focusing on Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, which includes the
you know,
trading
like,
card game,
oh, wow,
any of the different Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, the manga, and anything else that's related to Yu-Gi-Oh! In any way.
Okay.
I should also mention that my pronunciation is absolute garbage,
as is
so I'm
mine,
likely
so
going
I
to be
relate.
mispronouncing some names or phrases. Anyway, without further ado,
Let's...
number 1.
Yeah.
We'll start out with something that's a little bit more well-known. But in Yu-Gi-Oh! For support, we have trap and spell cards. But originally, spell cards were called magic cards.
Oh.
And if you look at some of the spell cards from early sets, they will say magic card instead of spell card.
Cool.
This change was first implemented with the set Magician's Force. And the reason that this was changed was due to a copyright issue involving Wizards of the Coast, who own the game Magic the Gathering. Number 2. In addition to the first fact, due to magic cards being changed to spell cards, the third card set called Magic Ruler had its name changed to Spell Ruler.
That's amazing.
Which is a tad bit ridiculous. But
that's
this
so
also
good.
makes booster boxes and booster packs with the original name of Magic Ruler worth a lot more than the renamed Spell Ruler boxes and packs. Number 3.
That's class.
Back in the day, there wasn't a limit to the amount of cards you could have in your main deck.
Oh my god.
However, after the 2007 German Nationals, a limit of 60 cards was created. This was because one duelist who was participating in the German Nationals brought a 2,222 card deck. You heard that right, 2,222 cards.
Deck.
Due to how long it took to shuffle the deck during the tournament, Konami decided a limit should probably be a thing.
That's ridiculous.
And implemented one
that is ridiculous. Someone actually did that and then had to shuffle the cards.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that most people know isn't actually the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. In fact, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime we know of is actually titled Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. And the very first Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is just called Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is an anime adaptation of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga series.
Which was a bit dark.
If you are unaware, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga started out quite differently. Not only was it much darker and pretty brutal, but it also focused on many different games instead of just Duel Monsters
just
like
in
it
one
would
chapter,
later
wasn't
on.
it?
Now this is also how the Yu-Gi-Oh! Title came to be, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is somehow able to translate to King of Games, which is due to all of the different games that were being played in the manga. This anime series is usually referred to by fans as Season 0, and is basically the weird and twisted origin story that most people never got to see. Number 5. In the original manga, Duel Monsters was actually called Magic and Wizards. And on the back of the cards, you could actually see the letters MW to symbolize that. Number 6.
That's cool.
The cards Cocoon of Evolution, Blackluster Soldier, Thousand Dragon, Gate Guardian, Zera the Mant, and Magician of Black Chaos are some, but not all, of the only cards that don't have an 8-digit code in the bottom left corner of the card, until later on when they were reprinted. Number 7. The original text of Polarization was much different than later reprints. The original text was as follows: fuses 2 or more fusion material monsters to form a new fusion monster. Whereas the latest reprint reads, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. This was changed because the original text of Polymerization explains what happens during a fusion summon, but not how to conduct one.
Right.
However, this was of course
That's
later
brilliant.
changed to
That's
tell
what
the
happens.
duelist how to
But how do I do
conduct
it?
one
Oh,
as
fuck.
well. The reason this wasn't present on the original printing was because Konami figured that players would actually read the rules, and therefore would know how to perform a fusion
reads
summon
rule
by
books?
doing so.
No.
Number 8. Santa Claus is of course based off of Santa Claus.
Of course.
However, the Japanese name for the card is Satan Claus,
Whoa.
which is based on Santa being an anagram for Satan. And if you look at its
That's
attack
a
and
bit
defense,
different.
which are 1200 and 2500, you can easily remove those pesky zeros and abbreviate it to 1225, which is the
25th
date
of December.
of Christmas.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Wow,
Water
that's so
Dragon
cool.
has an unnamed fire counterpart that is shown in the anime opening of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. But this fire counterpart is never shown once in the show.
Oh.
Number 10.
Why do that?
Yatagarasu, Imperial Order, and Harpy's Feather Duster are the only 3 cards that have remained forbidden ever since August of 2004.
What? Why?
Which just happens to be the very first forbidden cards list in Yu-Gi-Oh! Before that, there were only lists for limited cards. However, as of
Why make
March
cards in them for-
2017, Imperial Order is no longer banned. Instead, it is now limited. So Yatagarasu and Harpy's Feather Duster are the only remaining cards from the first Forbidden Cards list.
Wow, that's so strange.
Number
Why though?
11.
Why?
Some of the normal monster card descriptions from the Legendary Collection Joey's World Box have their descriptions written as if Joey were describing them in his Brooklyn
Hey,
accent.
this might was
Number
named.
12. The original
That's
Japanese
amazing.
artwork of Exchange features different cards than the English versions. The cards present in the Japanese artwork are Insect Queen, Sinister Serpent, 2 Garma Swords, 2 Garma Sword Oaths, Widespread Ruin, and Cybertech Alligator.
Cool.
Number 13. The card known as Tyler the Great Warrior was actually designed by a 14-year-old boy by the name of Tyler Gresley,
Of
with
course.
the help of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh my god, that's
Tyler
amazing.
had unfortunately been diagnosed with a rare form of liver cancer,
Oh.
and had to go through many surgeries with very little hope of success. But he managed to pull through,
Go
and
ahead.
the surgeries were
Success
a
story.
success. It is also thought that Tyler based this design
Of
after
Trunks.
future Trunks from Dragon Ball Z, and they do look quite similar.
Yeah, they do, don't
But
they? They
we
got the
don't
sword
have
and
any
everything.
confirmation if this is actually true. Number 14.
14.
So in addition to the last fact, there have been a total of 16 different cards, including Tyler the Great Warrior, that were created by fans.
Oh, that's cool.
Besides Tyler the Great Warrior, the other 15 were the result of created card competitions, and the majority of them have been featured in the
Cool.
anime.
That's
Number
cool.
15.
Well, they've been in the anime as well. That's awesome.
Spoiler alert. In the manga, Pegasus kills Bandit Keith. After Bandit Keith lost to Joey, he confronts Pegasus with a gun and tries to blackmail him. In the anime, the gun was of course censored,
Yes.
and Bandit Keith is sent out through a trapdoor. But in the manga, Pegasus uses his Millennium Eye to make Bandit Keith shoot himself in the head with his own gun. In addition to that, Pegasus is killed by Dark Bakura in the manga. After Pegasus
My
is dueled
God.
with Yugi, Dark Bakura kills him by ripping out his Millennium
Ah,
Eye
yeah.
and places a fake one next to his dead body. The manga was pretty brutal. Number
Could you imagine if the
16.
anime was like...
Kagemusha of the Blue Flame was the first monster ever summoned in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime.
Oh,
aside
there's
from
an interesting
Season 0,
fact.
of course.
Number 17.
Ryu Koki is actually based on the final boss from one of Konami's old games from 1987,
Yeah?
which was called Getsu Fuma Den.
That's cool.
Number 18.
I like that.
If you look closely at the spell card, non-spellcasting area, you might notice something that looks kinda familiar, and that's because the background is actually already a pre-existing card, which is Black Hole. Number 19. Alpha the Magnet Warrior,
Alpha the
Beta
Magnet
the Magnet Warrior, and Gamma the Magnet Warrior are all needed to summon Valkyrion the Magna Warrior. And something that might sound strange would be the fact that the other three monsters have Magnet in their names, while Valkyrion
It's
has
Magna.
the word Magna. So this may seem like a mistranslation, but Magna is actually a Latin word that means great. So it's supposed to be Valkyrion the Great Warrior, I guess. Number 20. The cards that appear in the artwork of the card of Last Will, are Magical Stone Excavation,
This is quite cool information.
Gilgarth, Lava Golem, Metal Reflect Slime, and Bauganian. Number 21.
Number 21.
So one of the worst examples of mistranslations in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Jerry
Would have
Beans
to be
Man.
Jerry Beans Man, which is supposed to be Jelly Beans Man. Jesus
Jerry.
Christ. Like, how do they even get that wrong?
Jerry.
Well, the supposed reason for this mistranslation would be because this card was named after a Konami manager by the name of Jerry, which would explain why Jerry is so jelly.
Oh my god.
You know, Too Spooky, I don't even think that was a pun. That was just fucking stupid. Carl, that was funny and you know it. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Number 22.
Okay.
In the original prints of Relinquished, you might notice if you read the effect description that it doesn't even mention anything about needing a ritual spell card to summon it. This was because the text on the card was already very long, and adding the additional text wouldn't have been possible at the time. However, reprints of the card have added the additional information. Number 23. In the Worm archetype, there are 26 different monster cards, and each of them start with a different letter of the alphabet, starting with Worm Apocalypse as the letter A, all the way down to Worm Zero as the letter Z. So with 26 different monsters, it looks like each letter of the alphabet was used. Number 24. Elemental Hero Chaos Neos
What a name.
is the only Elemental Hero card that has been printed in Ghost rarity.
Wow.
Number 25.
Cool.
So far, Yusei Fudo is the only main protagonist who has not included Monster Reborn in his deck in one way or another. In the very first set of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, which was Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, there were 126 cards released. And out of all those cards, over 85 of them were monster cards. But out of all these monsters, only 5 of them were effect monsters. These 5 monsters were Exodia, Man-Eater Bug, Hane, Armed Ninja, and Reaper of the Cards.
That Armed Ninja looks
Yu-Gi-Oh!
cool.
Really changed, that's for sure. Number 27. United We Stand, Injection Fairy Lily, Spore, Breaker the Magical Warrior, Call of the Haunted, Magician of Faith, and Tsukiyomi are the only cards who were once forbidden, but are now unlimited.
Tsukiyomi?
Number 28.
Really?
Jade and Yuki's favorite foods are fried shrimp, golden egg witch, and fermented soybeans. Number 29.
Okay.
Twin-headed Behemoth was the first card in the game whose effect could only be used once per duel. Number 30. Pot of Greed appears in the artwork of 26 other cards.
Oh, wow.
Number 31. Elemental Hero Burstinatrix's original card description said that she was the only female Elemental Hero. However, later on down the line, Elemental Hero Lady Heat, Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, and Elemental Hero Poison Rose were created, which are also all female Elemental Heroes. Because of this, the card description of Burstinatrix was changed to the first female Elemental Hero in future printing. Number 32. The card Legendary Eben Steed is actually supposed to be Great Shogun Sheen's horse. And we know this because Sheen is seen riding it in the artwork of Nitwit Outwit. However, Legendary Eben Steed's effect allows it to only be equipped to 6 samurai monsters. So Great Shogun Sheen can't even ride it. Number 33. Gaia the Fierce Knight has a counterpart for every single type of monster aside from a pendulum monster. The original Gaia is a normal monster, Swift Gaia is an effect monster, Gaia the Dragon Champion is a fusion monster, Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth, is a synchro monster, Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, is an XYZ monster, and Gaia Saber, the Video Knight, is a Link monster.
Well, what about a ritual monster?
Well, this one's a little bit tricky, but in the manga and some of the video games, Gaia the Fierce Knight is required to summon Blackluster Soldier. So, because of that, Blackluster Soldier can be considered a ritual counterpart for Gaia the Fierce Knight.
Right.
In a way, at least.
You can see like the
Number
design
34.
similarities
Dark
in the armor
Magician
and that.
and Polymerization are the only cards that have a different 8-digit code for alternate artworks.
Persistent was the word I was trying to think of at the start of this video. With the comment, that just popped into my head. Oh my god, my brain is so strange.
Valkyrion, the Magna Warrior, is the only monster in the entire game with 3,850 defense.
Huh. The more you know.
Number 36. If you look closely in the artwork of GHQ,
Yeah?
you can see emergency provisions in the bottom left-hand corner. Number 37. In the very first anime series that we talked about earlier, Dark Magician was called Dark Wizard instead. Number 38. Mirror Wall is the card with the highest life point maintenance cost in the game.
Really?
Number 39. Both Warrior Digrapher and
Dark
Dark
Blade
Blade
looks
share the
amazing.
same description that they are able to manipulate dragons. This leads many people to believe that Warrior Digrapher is the same person,
That would be
except he is
cool.
equipped with metal silver armor. Number 40. The original translation for Slifer the Sky Dragon's name is actually supposed to be Sky Dragon of Osiris. However, a 4Kids Entertainment employee by the name of San Murakami renamed Sky Dragon of Osiris to Slifer the Sky Dragon after Roger Slifer, who co-produced the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Number 41. Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician are tied for the most alternative artworks in the trading card game, with a total of 7 alternate artworks for each.
Could you say they are the most
if we include
recognizable
the
and
OCG,
popular?
Blue Eyes White Dragon beats Dark Magician with 8 alternate artworks.
Oh.
Unless, of course, you count Token, which has way too many alternate artworks to count.
Oh.
Number 42. Almost all of the Dark World monsters are named after different colors, or something similar. For instance, insert brutally mispronouncing names right here.
Okay.
Biagi is similar to beige, Barao is similar to brown,
yeah.
Baran is similar to bronze, Cobalt is similar to cobalt, Gould is similar to gold, Silva is similar to silver, and Renge is similar to orange. There are, of course, many more, but these are just a few so you guys
Just
can
some
get the idea.
examples.
Number 43.
You don't need to list them all, it's cool.
Most people know that the D in Lord of D's name stands for Lord of Dicks. Lord of Dicks. Jesus Christ, Holly, get the fuck out of here. Anyway,
Amazing.
most people know that the D stands for Lord of Dragons. However, in the video game Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom, Lord of D is named Lord of Darkness.
Oh.
Number
Why?
44.
What?
Mystical
No.
Space Typhoon has been reprinted a total of 28 times, which is way more than any other card. These are mostly present in the various structure decks that have been released over time. Number 45. Elemental Hero Stratos is the first Elemental Hero card to ever be limited, and then later on, the very first Elemental Hero card to also be forbidden. Number 46.
Nearly
In
halfway there,
episode
guys.
17 of the original anime, Bones plays Call of the Haunted. However, for some reason, Call of the Haunted is a spell card here, instead of a trap card. Number 47. The trap card Counter was first printed without a counter trap card symbol, meaning that it was just a regular trap card, and could therefore not counter other traps, making it unplayable.
Oh my
this
god.
was of course later fixed.
That is so funny.
Number 48.
That is so funny.
Victory
Cards
Dragon
came out they
is
couldn't
the
even
first
use.
match winner
That's
monster
amazing.
to be released, and it is currently the only match winner monster that is not illegal, but it is limited in the TCG and forbidden in the OCG. Number 49. Obelisk the Tormentor was the first Egyptian god card to receive a legal and playable variation, which was released in the January 2010 Shonen Jump magazine.
Cool.
Number 50. So, as most of you know, when a monster is face down on the field, it is supposed to always be in face down defense position. But did you know there's actually a way to put your monsters in face down attack position? Well, you may be thinking, there is no such thing as face down attack position. However, the spell card Darkness Approaches actually allows you to do this by selecting one face-up monster on the field and changing it to face-down position. But
do not change its battle position.
Change the battle position. Meaning that if the monster you selected is in attack position,
mode, you
it
can put it
gets
face
flipped
down
face down.
in attack.
But can't change its battle position, so it's in face down attack instead of face down defense. So essentially, Darkness Approaches kinda screws the rules.
Wow.
Number 51. The two creatures that are appearing behind Ojama Knight are actually supposed to be the original three Ojamas' grandparents. Number 52.
Oh, okay.
Harpy's brother had its name changed to Sky Scout.
Why?
Because it was never supposed to be a part of that archetype to begin with.
Oh.
Number 53. King of Yamimakai, Reaper of the Cards, Castle of Dark Illusions, Sword Arm of Dragon,
Whoa.
Dark Chimera, Barox, and number S39, Utopia
That looks
Prime,
amazing.
are the only monsters in the game whose attack or defense is not divisible by 50.
Oh.
Number 54.
That's so bizarre.
Kagemusha of the Blue
Fair
Flame may
defense.
have some relation to Kagemusha of the Six Samurai. You see, they both have the same color clothing
Same
and
pose.
hair, and also are kneeling in the same stance.
There we go, yeah.
To further prove this possible link to the Six Samurai, Blue Flame can be a translation of Sheen, and Kagemusha is supposed to mean body double, which would make this monster's name Sheen's Body Double,
Huh.
which would further link it to the Six Samurai. And considering how long ago this card came out, it's definitely quite the coincidence. Number 55! The card with the shortest name in the game is the card 7, which is just one number of text. Number 56. In both the anime and the first card artwork, Red Eye's Black Dragon is shown to have 3 claws. Yet in future artworks, it was shown to have 4 claws instead. Number 57. In the anime, Pegasus is shown drinking wine. However, in the 4Kids dub,
They made it
because
to be
wine
like...
apparently needs to be censored,
Oh, they made it
it
juice.
is established that Pegasus is drinking fruit juice instead.
Yeah.
Out of a wine glass.
Just cause.
Number 58.
So funny. 4Kids
In the
edit was
Duelist
amazing.
pack, Jade and Yuki 2 print of Elemental Hero Blade Edge, one of the fusion requirements was listed as Elemental Hero Edgeman instead
Edgy.
of Elemental Hero Blade Edge. This misprint likely happened because Edgeman is the literal Japanese translation of Blade Edge. Number 59. Kevin
Number
Stewart,
59.
who is the U.S. head of development for the
Kaiba.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, has said that the most powerful card in the game is called Millennium Thousand Eyes Virus, and he owns the only copy of it. Whether or not this card actually exists is still a mystery to this very day. Number
That's
60.
crazy. Why would you... What?
Sword Arm of Dragon, Crawling Dragon 2, and Root Dragonwood all have the word dragon in their names.
Yes.
Yet they are all dinosaur types, so that doesn't really make sense.
Oh.
Number 61.
I thought it was just going to end it with
Parasite
the,
is
just
the
have
only
dragon in the
card in
name.
the entirety of
I can see
Yu-Gi-Oh!
that.
that can place itself into another player's deck. Number 62. Blue Eye Shining Dragon was released in August 2004 with Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. Now, if you're not familiar with this card, you need to sacrifice a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon to summon it.
That's
but
quite a...
the thing is, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon card wasn't even released until January of 2006.
Oh,
so Blue
so
Eye
2
Shining
years?
Dragon was completely unplayable for almost a year and a half.
That's ridiculous.
Although it was still tournament legal. Number 63.
How? Why would you even take it?
Polarization and Mystical Space Typhoon have appeared in every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series to date. However, Polarization is the only one that has actually been played in all of the series.
Oh.
Number 64. Crush Card Virus was accidentally released to some people in several Power of the Duelist sneak preview events, which was accidentally in place of Hidden Soldiers. However, this card was not considered tournament legal until it was officially released as one of the Shonen Jump Championship Series prize cards. So it looks like a couple people out there got lucky and got the card before its release.
That's cool.
Number 65.
That's so random.
The only Elemental Hero monsters that never made an appearance in the anime or manga are Elemental Hero Blaze Man, Elemental Hero Nova Master, and Elemental Hero Captain Gold. Number 66. Cyber Dragon is the card
That
that
looks
has
so
been printed in
cool.
the most rarities. The only rarity this card hasn't been printed in so far is Ghost Rare. Number 67. Armatile the Chaos Phantom was the first monster that could have a base attack value of 10,000. The second being Don 1000 Monster B, and the third being Don 1000 Monster C. Armatile also has the largest fixed attack increase by one effect alone. Too bad it's almost impossible to summon through normal methods though. Number 68. Mirror Force Dragon can be destroyed by Mirror Force.
Didn't you already use this gag earlier? Get some new material too spooky. Jesus Christ.
Number 69.
Amazing.
The artwork of the trap card Greed is based on the first chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh!, where Yami, or Dark Yugi, places a penalty game on Tetsu Yoshio, which made him think that the trash and leaves near him was money, driving him insane.
Whoa.
Number 70. In the Unlimited Edition, some of the Ghost Rare variants of Rainbow Dragon were misprinted with the picture of Elemental Hero Chaos Neos. And to make matters even weirder, some prints of the first edition Ghost Rare version of Elemental Hero Chaos Neos were misprinted with the name Rainbow Dragon. Number 71. In the spell card of Demise, in some of the artworks you can faintly see the card, Reaper of the Cards, at the bottom of the card stack. Number 72. So we have both Luster Dragon and Luster Dragon 2. Well, Luster Dragon 2 was actually released before Luster Dragon, although their names suggest otherwise. Number 73. Karibo is apparently considered so weak in the anime and manga that Kaiba called it one of the weakest cards in the game during the anime. And in the manga, Pegasus was completely flabbergasted that anyone would ever use it in their deck because of how weak it was. Sorry, Karibo. Number 74.
It's so cute though.
After Change of Heart was forbidden, Brain Control was released and was meant to be the downgraded alternative to Change of Heart, although Brain Control ended up getting forbidden as well. However, currently it is now semi-limited, while Change of Heart still remains forbidden. Number 75. Dark Magician has appeared in every single Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series to date, whether this is by the card actually being played or by artwork seen somewhere else in the show. Number 76.
Gotta keep that there, gotta sell.
Aqua Dragon is the only Sea Serpent fusion type monster in the entire game. Number 77. In the Japanese artwork of Cloak and Dagger, we see that there is a man visible through crosshairs, and in the English version, these crosshairs were removed, likely due to sniper incidents at the time. However, a version of the English artwork was leaked before its official release, showing that the crosshairs were still in the artwork, but were targeting a red balloon instead of the person. Number 78. To this very day, Blue Eyes White Dragon is still the strongest normal monster. Number 79. Monster Reborn is the only card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That had two cards made to specifically counter it by name, which were Call of the Grave and Call of Darkness.
So the call off.
Number 80. The D in D-Human is supposed to stand for Dragon. However, in French, this was mistranslated to Dark Human. Number 81. If you look at the card description of Evil Swarm Heliotrope, it looks like a big clusterfuck of illiterate letters. But there's actually more to it. You see, this card's description was printed in reverse for every language. And when unreversed, the text reads, Eliminate, Eradicate, Exterminate. These are the thoughts of lingering Steel Swarm souls, yearning for a body so that they might make their dream a reality. In some other languages, the punctuation is also removed. Number 82. In the original anime, Pegasus used a card called Doppelganger. Well, unlike most of the other cards Pegasus used, Doppelganger never actually debuted in the trading card game. However, much later on, Doppelganger finally made its debut, and it was instead renamed Mimicat. You see, Doppelganger was featured in the 27th episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which came out in the year 2000. And Mimicat finally came out in 2015. So it took 15 years for this card to finally make its long-awaited appearance, even though I'm sure most people probably forgot about it by then. Number 83. Buster Blader was given a second artwork
Cool.
in the anniversary packs.
Jesus,
and something
looks amazing.
you may not have noticed was that you can see the shadow of a dragon's head in the bottom right corner.
Oh,
Number 84.
cool.
Toon World is the only spell card in the game that has no effect and only a life point cost. Number 85. Seto Kaiba is actually based on a real person.
Oh.
Kazuki Takahashi, who is the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, based Kaiba on a friend of his from when he was a kid.
No way.
This friend of
That's
his
class.
was into some sort of trading card game. And one time Kazuki asked his friend to teach him how to play that game. But his friend said to him, "Come back when you've collected 10,000 cards." And this made Kazuki pretty mad. But he later thought that this friend would make an interesting character.
That's
and
class.
that's pretty
That's
much
so
how Kaiba
funny.
came to be.
No way.
Number 86.
Amazing.
In Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses video game for PlayStation 2, Anti-Spell Fragrance is an equipped spell card
Fragrance.
for plant-type
Fragrance.
monsters for some reason. Number 87. In the Japanese artwork of the card Worm Prince,
What is that?
you can see multiple Worm Apocalypse
yeah,
monsters
in the
dancing
background.
in the background.
Oh.
Now, why this was censored or changed in the other
Oh.
artwork is beyond
So
me.
strange.
Number 88. It was revealed in a Bandai version of Sagi the Dark Clown that his face is actually just a mask, and the Bandai version shows us what his appearance under the mask actually looks like. So let's take a look, shall we?
Ooh.
Number
Oh my god.
89. Dark Magician is the most supported card in the game, having 15 additional cards specifically stating Dark Magician or Magician as part of their effect.
Ah.
Number 90. Light of Intervention is the only card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That allows you to normal summon a monster in face-up defense position. Number 91. Cosmojo is actually a reference to the Force from Star Wars.
Yeah?
Specifically the Force Choke.
Right.
Number 92. The original text of Wabaku did not stop your
Wabaku.
monsters from being destroyed, but rather just stopped battle damage. This was of course fixed in later reprints. Number 93. Don Keto the Cure Master is actually a woman.
My god.
Number 94. Back in the Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon set, there was a card known as Trial of Nightmare.
Oof.
However, in the first edition set of Legend of
It was
Blue
called
Eyes,
Trial of
this
Hell.
card was actually called Trial
Of
of
course,
Hell,
they had to change that.
which I'm surprised originally made it past the censorships considering other things that have been censored,
Yeah.
but as you can see, this was quickly changed. Number 95. In some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, Black Luster Soldier has a dark attribute instead of an earth attribute like it does in the TCG.
Oh.
Number 96. Malevolent Nuzzler has the most card errata out of any other card. And if
Yeah?
you don't know, errata is basically changes to the card's name, description, effect, and so on. Malevolent Nuzzler has so far had a total of 9 errata, which is more errata than any other card to date. Number 97. Back in the original anime, I think we can all agree that some of the rules and other shenanigans that some of the duelists pulled off were completely ridiculous.
Mhm.
But I think the majority of people can agree that Yami Yugi vs. Mako Tsunami takes the cake as the most ridiculous duel in the series. Now, the whole duel itself is completely off the walls, but the worst part is where Yugi has Giant Stone Soldier attack his own field card to change the tides of the water, in turn allowing him to attack Mako's monsters who were no longer underwater. Well, because this was such a fuck the rules moment, the creators of Yu-Gi-Oh! Made a card called Attack the Moon, which allows you to destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls after a rock monster
Oh my God.
changes battle position.
That's class.
So even though you can't destroy your own field card like in the show, you can at least destroy your opponent's. At least Konami has a sense of humor sometimes.
That's quite funny. Yeah.
Number 98. Just like Sagi the Dark Clown, Skull Knight is also wearing a mask. And through a different card called Yasushi the Skull Knight, we can see what his face actually looks like. Oh, mother of God, what the fuck is that thing? Well,
Is that real?
this card actually has some interesting information surrounding it in addition to its interesting appearance.
Is that real?
But this is the only illegal fusion monster in the entire game. And it is also the only fusion monster in existence that requires a spell or trap card as a fusion material. Number 99. The chances of drawing all 5 pieces of Exodia in your starting hand of 5 cards, if you were using the minimum of 40 cards in your deck, is 1 in 658,008. Number 100. Almost all of the elemental heroes are based on American superheroes in some way. To name some of them, Burstinatrix is based on Starfire,
Right.
Clayman is based on The Thing and Juggernaut, Blazeman is based on Human Torch, Necroshade is based on Spawn,
Sweet.
Blade Edge is based on Iron Man,
Makes sense.
Flash is based on The Flash and partially Static Shock,
Static
and
Shock,
Ocean
man.
is based on Aquaman, just to name a few. And the moment that you've all been waiting for,
101.
number 101. If you've watched the original dubbed anime, you'll know that people get sent to the Shadow Realm left and right.
But-
However, the Shadow Realm doesn't actually exist in the Japanese anime or the original manga. Instead, the Shadow Realm was completely conjured up by 4Kids Entertainment. You see, in the Japanese anime, instead of getting sent to the Shadow Realm, these characters would be killed
They'd be
instead.
die,
So
yeah.
to make death much more kid-friendly, they decided to create a realm of nothingness where these duelists are sent after losing a shadow game. I guess eternal nothingness is supposed to imply that the souls of these people can still be saved
They can
or
still be
retrieved
retrieved.
from the shadow
Yeah.
realm, meaning that they aren't actually dead, which makes the whole thing much more kid-friendly, right? So the moral of this fact is that the Shadow Realm wasn't supposed to exist and isn't real, and instead everyone who was sent to the Shadow Realm was
Died.
actually killed instead. But there you have it, everybody, 101 facts about Yu-Gi-Oh! Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and hopefully you learned something new. If you did, make sure to leave a like. But that's not all. If you leave a like on this video, there is a 0.05% chance that you will receive your very own dual disc.
Cool.
Fully functional, that is.
Nice.
And if you are one of the lucky few, it will randomly appear on your arm at some point within the next 2 years. Also,
Cool.
make sure to subscribe so you can be notified about that next video. And while you're at it, make sure to comment down below what you would like to learn 101 facts about next.
Also, make sure to like and follow Too Spooky on any of your social media. You can find those links in the description.
Thanks, Bane. Anyways, guys, if you cannot get enough of that too spooky content, well, make sure to click here for 101 facts about Pokemon. And if that's not doing it for you, well, why don't you
I
click
want to
here
check
for
out
101 facts about Dragon Ball Z.
That one.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see you all soon with a new video.
I want to check out the 101 facts. I really like that. That was so cool. But I want to do 101 facts about Naruto next. And I want to do 101 facts about Hunter x Hunter. And then I'll do the Dragon Ball Z one. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Good. I hope it sounds good. Excuse me. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know what you'll watch us in future videos, and I'll see you guys, Yu-Gi-Oh guys, next time.